Welcome to First and 10 with Rams football coach Joe Prud'homme. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher. Rams had a 17-7 lead early up in Langston, Oklahoma against the Lions on Saturday, but they gave up 28 unanswered points into the fourth quarter, went down 35-17 and ended up losing 42-31. So they're now 4-2 on the season. Coach, you were just talking about a lot of the freak plays that happened. So my question was, what did they do on offense? But there were a lot of tip balls, and explain the 28 points.
Well, you know, there was two tip balls. One was at midfield where they were going in on a receiver right there, and the safety saw the corner coming, and both of them kind of let up, and they tipped the ball up, and the receiver got it and just ran untouched into the end zone. Another one, Petway's in coverage, and he's got him locked up, run down the field with him, tips it in the end zone. But as he's falling, his foot catches the ball and tips it back up in the air, and Chance Carroll doesn't see the ball or thinks the ball's on the ground and goes by, so he doesn't hit the receiver. The receiver catches it, had a DB fall, just actually his feet got tied up. Kid ran in by himself. So those were, three of them, and then we had a scramble. We had the kid pinned on the sideline. Farrington was pinned, and we just didn't make the sack, and we lost a guy in coverage. He got to the back of the end zone, just heave-ho for about a 50-something yarder, and that was where they scored 28. But they had a good game plan, and they ran the ball effectively, and they played well. I mean, they were fired up for homecoming, came out and played at a really high level, and we weren't able to get enough going to beat them. So
when a team like that scores 28 unanswered points on freak plays, tip plays, how much does that affect the confidence of the defense, and what do you say to the defense when that has a snowball effect and keeps happening like that?
Well, all you can do is just tell them keep playing. I mean, you can't. There's no real answer for it because you don't ever expect it to happen again. You can expect maybe a freak play, and then there's a few more. But there were things that we could have done to change it. Had we been staying a little more aggressive on the bottom of the route, the receiver doesn't get down the field, then we get the sack. You could play the what-if game, but bottom line is they executed on some stuff and got some plays that worked in their favor, and we didn't. So that they cashed them in and got some points going that way.
Dalton Dale had 2 early scoring strikes and then 1 later in the game, but they pretty much shut down the passing game. What did they do to close down the passing game?
They had real good pressure all night. I mean, they were getting up the field. He was getting flushed. He was in a rush, and he just didn't have time to really go through his reads. So it was that. I mean, the main thing was the pass rush, and they were a good coverage team. I mean, that's probably the best defense we've played this year.
And usually a real good running game for the Rams, but you're held to 56 yards and 28 carries. How did they shut down the run?
They were more physical than us. Bottom line, I mean, they came with it. They were able to get another safety down in the box at times, and they won the numbers game there. But they physically took it to us, and we weren't able to get the creases that we've been getting. And my hat's off to them. They played really, really well.
A.J. Bob had a return of a kickoff for a touchdown. It was a big one, too, of 84. He had another one for 37. It wasn't a TD, but it was a nice return, and a punt return of 31. How much better can he get on the returns?
I don't know. He's pretty good. He's really good right now. I don't know how much better he can get. He's such a fluid athlete, and he's just so good at it. His change of direction, his vision, something he does better than almost all returners that I've seen. And I think he's the best one in the conference, from what I can tell. But he has change of speeds where he's rolling along at 80, 85%, and you think you're getting your angle on him, and he just bursts for another 10, 15%. But his change of pace, his vision, his balance, and he's just, he has got so much courage. I mean, sounds a little strange saying. He's fearless. When he's rolling up in there, it's not like he's worried about somebody hitting him. He's going to go and get it done.
Rams just 3 out of 15 on third down. How much air does that take out of the offense, and how does that affect the defense?
It's tough. I mean, you lose third down battle like that, it keeps bringing the defense out there. The offense, is not able to continue on their drives, and that's one of those statistics that you really want to be successful in, and we just weren't. We didn't convert the way we wanted to, didn't convert the way we needed to, and as a result, it gave them a lot more opportunities for the football and to go and make some points and get some things going.
Only your second loss of the season, as we said earlier, now 4-2. After a loss like that, what do you tell the team?
Well, we got to get on and we got to get to the next game. I mean, we can't worry about this game. We can't worry about what we thought should have happened or would have happened or whatever. We don't have time for that. We got to get ready for Louisiana College. They're a good football team, very physical. They run the ball well. They have a knack for the big play. We got our hands full. I mean, Louisiana College is going to come in here, and they're not going to worry about what happened to us last week. They were successful. They won. They're on a 2-game win streak. So we've got to turn the page and go on down the road. You can't continue to dwell on something that is in the past. And every game going forward, every time we win, it's another notch in the history books for the modern era as far as going along and just continue to try to stack them. And that's going to be our approach.
And a 2-game homestand does start Saturday at Farrington Field with the aforementioned Louisiana College Wildcats, formerly of the ASAC, now in the SAC, the NAIA. And as you said, Coach, they've won 2 in a row. Size them up a little bit for us on offense and defense.
Yeah, their defense, their run defense is going to be really good. I mean, they're really stout up front. They move well. They're quick off the ball. Their secondary keeps most of the plays in front of them. They'll come up and strike you. Offensively, they want to run the ball, really pound you with it. Quarterback has a knack for big plays, and they set up their passing game with that. And they're explosive on special teams. They got some guys that can go. So we're going to have to bring a great effort, and we have to have a great week of practice. If we do that and take care of the football and reestablish our running game and defensively, do away with the big plays, I feel good about it.
You mentioned Micah Dunn. He's the guy who's really special on special teams, on punt returns, kick returns, and on offense. Do you do anything different? Do you have your special teams coach do anything different when you have a dangerous guy like that coming in?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Keep the ball away from him. I mean, as best you can. And punts, if try to get it out of bounds, shrink the field. Try to just keep the ball out of his hands and make somebody else beat you. And just work on your coverage. Be real sound on your coverage. That's about all you can do to contain a big play guy like that.
You mentioned their defense. Who stands out on the other side of the ball?
Oh, their whole D-line. Their whole D-line is good. I mean, they can get up the field. They're strong. They're quick. They play great team defense. They funnel it to the linebackers, and I would say that they're a little bit like Langston in that they're real physical up front, but they play a little bit off more on the secondary, but they keep everything in front of them. So I really don't. I don't want to say there's one player better than others because they've got several really dynamic kids.
Only 4 games at home this year. None of those, the first 2, haven't been back-to-back, so this is your first 2-game homestand. Yep. How nice is that? I know you talked to me about a lot of the road trips that have been nightmares for you, especially out west. Yeah. How nice is that now to have in your mind that you have a game this weekend at Farrington Field at home and then the following week, a 2-game homestand? Wow.
Yeah, I'd really like a 10-game homestand if I could ever get it. But no, we're excited to be home. We love playing in front of our fans. We love playing at Farrington. We seem to kind of ratchet it up a notch at home. And we're anxious to play at home. It's you want to play in front of your people, and you want to just really put on, good performance, and that's what we're going to concentrate on doing. But man, it is good to be off the road. It really is.
We'll go get them on Saturday, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And it'll be the first of a 2-game homestand this Saturday, 2 p.m. kickoff, Farrington Field. Remember, 2 hours before, it's the Ram Zone in the east parking lot of Farrington Field. No fires, open flames, no alcohol. But then 20 minutes before is the traditional Rams walk now, where you can walk in with the club and go around the north rim of the stadium with the Rams. And wasn't it last week they had the military come in? And that was, or 2 weeks ago, the last home game. 2 weeks ago was a military Jeep came in, and I know Brendan Snow and myself were talking about that. Me being an Army veteran, that was pretty cool to see that. That's in the Rams walk, which is 20 minutes before around the north rim of Farrington. And if you can't make it out to Farrington to see the game, catch us on ramsports.net. As I said, Brendan Snow and myself, Jimmy the St. Christopher, and Jeremy Knorr producing back in Atlanta will have all the action for you, and hopefully we can get the Rams their 5th win of the season.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're not planning to go out there and get beat, I can promise you that. So.
Thanks, Coach Joe. Until next time, we'll see you on 1st and 10 for Coach Joe Prud'homme. Jimmy the St. Christopher saying so long See you next time on 1st and 10.